Right.
All right, guys, here we go. This is the beginning of the third week of the North American Pro League. Trying a few different things here. And this is going to be 3 versus 3 this week. The one team is StRyKeR, Boa, and Sugo. The other team, Razz, Hawk, and Artosis, me. And this is going to be a best of 7, this portion of it. In the top right here, we have none other than the American Protoss player, Razz. And in the bottom right, our American Zerg, StRyKeR. All right, so this map going to be retro, as you can see. And yeah, I mean, as far as this match goes, I definitely think StRyKeR is pretty favored. In fact, StRyKeR is probably favored over everyone here. I think it's a little bit hard to say him versus Hawk. I don't know much about their Zerg versus Zerg, honestly. I wasn't... You know, I don't know. I guess I just don't watch these guys EVZ very much. But like StRyKeR, Hawk, and Boa, all very, very strong players. I think Razz and Sugo can definitely take maps off of them, but they would be favored in those situations. So we'll see how it goes down. We have Razz here in the top right, and in the bottom right, StRyKeR, as I mentioned. And quick little note of, you know, I put all of these games together for the YouTube uploads into one VOD, so it's kind of like easy to watch. It's some bonus footage every other week, rather. And hope you guys enjoy. I did get a lot of comments last week because I played first in one of the VODs. People are like, oh my God, why'd you ruin this channel? Why is it like just turning into your other channel? It's like, absolutely not. I have to play as well, and there's no way for me to commentate that while doing so. So just throwing that out there. So for the third match, you will be seeing me play, and it's fairly likely I'll play another match after that as well at some point. So when you see me playing, just know that that's the only thing that will not be commentated here in the VOD. So anyways, taking a look, it is a gateway expansion. StRyKeR going to scout that very, very quickly with his Overlord. And, you know, not really going to be too fearful about that coming, of course. He has gone for his very quick hatchery over here at the third base, as Razz is blocking the hatchery placement here. By the way, I got to mention, this is kind of like a newer thing to have actual terrain that shows you where the building goes. I think that this is really nice so that you don't accidentally ruin your own game. Like, let's say you wanted a pylon next to where your Nexus is going to be. Like, you wouldn't in this matchup, but let's say you wanted that, right? And you accidentally put it like on top of one of the blocks, like maybe you put it there or something. You know, that's something that would basically end the game. So it's kind of cool to see this happen. This is like an old StarCraft 2 thing. StarCraft 2's been doing that for a long time, and I like to see that on these newer maps where it actually shows you the exact location of your natural expand, so you don't really have to worry about your Sim City. You can just set it up, because it can get tricky. It can get tricky. Now, a few lings coming out here from StRyKeR. Razz has 2 Zealots just standing in the choke and 2 probes on the ramp. That's kind of interesting. Normally you go Zealot probe on the ramp and 1 Zealot down here, but instead utilizing 2 probes. And I mean, it's going to work either way. I don't think he's really fearful of these getting in. Obviously, if they got in, that would be a problem, but I don't think that that's something that StRyKER's even going to attempt to do. 3rd Zealot does pop out. One kind of scouting forward a little bit, going for a hit. And, you know, just their usual to and fro that we see here in the early game. The probe of Razz still alive over here, going for a little bit of scouting. StRyKER getting up towards that 100 gas for his lair, and I think, yeah, it'll start immediately there in the main base. And as Razz comes up, he's going to see, okay, no Hydralisk Den, just a quick lair. And his probe is healthy enough, it shouldn't die soon. Well, as I say that, he takes like 5 hits. Dude, and he loses it. You could cancel and go Hydralisk Den. I don't think that's really in StRyKER's playbook as much. I'd be surprised because it would be suboptimal in many ways to do that. But that is certainly something you see that I was kind of alluding to. And I'm like, oh, I don't think he'll lose the probe soon. Because you do want to keep it alive after you see the layer a bit. So back at home, Razz has his cannon coming up. We don't see the Cybernetics core as of yet, but consistent probe production, which is very, very important. And, you know, StRyKER just droning as is. Adding a few Zerglings out there as well. Not a big surprise as you're seeing this number of Zealots go up. Like a 5 Zealot move out is pretty damn strong. You're going to need a lot of Zerglings to end up dealing with that. And, you know, I don't believe he even has Zergling speed on the way, if I'm correct here. I actually didn't pay close attention to the gas, but I'm fairly certain he didn't start Zergling speed. So, you know, you're going to have to kill this by surrounding it with slow Zerglings, and you're going to have to hit it before it gets like behind a mineral line or something, or it's going to get really, really highly annoying. In fact, Razz might take the ramp. Dude, this is good stuff here from Razz. He's going to get up onto that ramp, and that is a lot of Zerglings. I actually kind of want to see the Zealots stand on the ramp with these other ones. Oh, here comes the surround. So he did actually get that Zergling speed. I was wrong on that. Starts to surround the ones at the ramp, going after these two that went into the main. They are going to slip behind these mineral patches. So nice move there from Razz to get these into a more defendable location. You know, looking at this game, though, did he force enough Zerglings for the 5 Zealots? I think he's actually done a pretty good job with it overall. Like, he traded reasonably with them. Obviously, the actual, like, dollar value of Zerglings lost for Zealots is less for the Zerglings, but forcing a bunch of Zerglings can be a very powerful move as well. Now, that being said, we have a lot of drones for StRyKeR. He's been very good, very on top of that larva management, getting a lot of drones out there for his economy. And then looking up in the main base here of Razz, he has a Stargate coming up, but also Citadel and 2 gateways. So 3 gate, and I'm guessing very quick speed going to be on the way, as well as some Corsairs. Looks like we already have that +1 coming up as well. So another macro hatch here from StRyKeR. So that's going to be a total of 5 hatches for him so far. Evolution chamber coming up. And we don't see the Hydralisk Den yet, right? Second gas. And there are some Scourge. I'm starting to feel like this might be a Mutalisk build. Definitely feeling that way right now. Now, if that's the case, we'll see if that that works out for him, because, you know, these are some early gateways. So I feel like Razz is going to be able to put some pressure on with +1 speed lots. You know, he hasn't had to overmake cannons. So even though, like, for instance, he did end up losing 5 Zealots across the map, still feels like his economy is pretty strong. His buildings came at nice times. And yeah, there is the Templar Archives coming up as well. Scouting over here with that Corsair. He's got to be careful. He's going to lose that Corsair 100%. Yeah. No? Oh, that was a little bit sloppy there from StRyKeR. Like, if you keep in front of the Corsair, it's incredibly hard for the Corsair to get out, right? The Scourge are just ever so slightly faster. And he does bring flanking Scourge over, but they're actually a little bit late as well. So StRyKeR just slightly off there against that Corsair. That does feel like a missed opportunity, but good job by Razz of taking the mistake of StRyKeR and getting that Corsair out of there at the first available opportunity. Now, mutas are coming out, so that actually kind of exacerbates the mistake that StRyKeR made there. If he had caught that Corsair, you're going to feel a lot better about these mutas flying across the map, but full health Corsairs. Not that he has a ton. He has 3 right now. How many Scourge do we actually have? Is it just the initial 4? It looks like it. So the 5 mutas going to come in. Don't forget, 5 mutas do one-shot probes, so that's going to be what he's looking to do here. Comes down, starts harassing the natural. Corsairs come out, but the 4 Scourge are holding them back for now. Dude, that's already like, what, 5 probes, 6 probes gone? Kind of insane damage already there. 5 or 6 probes. Very, very nice. The Scourge going to evacuate as well, so StRyKeR gets his damage done. Has to be feeling pretty good. 6 hatcheries. Hydralisk Den is out. Razz actually has a very nice gateway count, I do have to say. Maybe, I almost feel like there could be some sort of timing attack, but here's the problem. He has to, like, remake the pylon and kill this one because the Archon doesn't fit out. Right? That's the issue here. Oh, man, a real big problem. This is actually something they recently fixed in StarCraft 2, where a standard Protoss wall didn't let an Archon out, and it's like, damn, man, that just sucks. So, you know, you see he's doing exactly as I mentioned, remaking that pylon, breaking his own down so the Archon can get out. But that's so annoying. Look at this. He has to supply block himself. So it's a great wall against like early Zerglings or Hydras or whatever. But when you have an Archon in your base, not so good. And obviously he needs a hole later on anyways for Dragoons and whatnot to get out as well. So a lot of Scourge with those mutas out now. Not sure what the hell these drones are doing. This has to be a mistake. Some sort of misclick here. One has, I would say it's a bad rally, but one has actual minerals in its mouth. So that's kind of a huge error there. My guess is it was just a drag select, like maybe he dragged and grabbed his mutas or something and accidentally grabbed some drones with it. I don't know, that's my best bet for that, but that's kind of painful. Now, the Corsair count, not super high. They do have that +1 attack, but only 4 Corsairs out. Double cannon in the main. I like to see it. He has Psystorm, I believe, right? And almost has energy on these High Templars. In fact, yeah, that one does, and that one does as well. So as the 2 cannons come out, 1 Corsair pops. Will pull that away. Oh, accidentally attacks onto his own Citadel there. The Archon, of course, wanting to be in the battle if this battle does end up occurring with the Corsairs against those Scourge and Mutas. You know, it's a pretty good army that Razz has at the moment. He does have a DT going out into the map, which could cause a little bit of havoc. Looks like we do have an Overlord in that bottom left base that StRyKeR's trying to take right now. I think StRyKeR noticed that. The Overlord turned around, so... yeah, it looks like he's going to chase this a little bit. Going after that DT. He knows it's out there, but maybe he'll lose track of it. Now that Razz is finally doing a full move out here. Again, he does have that +1 attack, so the Zerglings will get crushed. And you can see, look, I mean, that was a pretty good volley from the Archon. He does end up losing 2 of the Corsairs, and that does make these Mutas a bit scarier. Oh, God. Loses 1 High Templar. Okay, a Storm goes out, but he loses 2 High Templars. Loses... soon to be all 4 Corsairs, I believe. Oh, that was a pretty sick Storm. Pretty sick Storm there. And in fact, the Mutas are solo. The 1 Corsair can chase him down and kill him. So, you know what? He ends up losing a couple High Templars and most of his Corsairs, but that was a big group of Mutas that went down. So not as bad for Razz as I thought it would end up being. Razz now moving down the map. Plenty of Lurkers being made. I don't believe we have the Robo yet, unfortunately. So as those Lurkers finish, it feels like Razz is just a half step right now behind, right? Like he's getting up to this beautiful gateway count. We're actually going to be up on 9 gates. He might want to kill this gateway. Like this is causing some padding errors. And you see 8 gates on 2 bases, but I mean, occasionally I'll see someone make 9. Now, as these Lurkers come out, ooh, targeting them down before they burrow is great, but looks like he doesn't quite get 3 of them. They're so low. Okay, gets 2 of them right there. And actually, like, 1 you can kind of ignore for a moment. This group of Hydra's not having a very good time. Suddenly, Razz's macro really making this look like a foolish move out here from StRyKeR. StRyKeR going to have to pull back his Hydralisks quite a bit. Nice rotation around here from Razz. He does have 1/1 upgrades, setting up a 3rd. I got to tell you, I think Razz is putting out a pretty nice game right now. Not everything has gone his way. There's certainly been some moments where it felt like StRyKeR was dealing good damage to him, where he was, you know, he's getting locked in his own base, having supply block himself, things like that. But overall, it's looking pretty cool from him. Like, I think he's doing a great job with his macro. His unit retention, I think, is one of the main things I want to point out here. You know, a lot of Protoss players will just run the Zealots around and eventually like sacrifice them trying to get damage, but he's just kind of kept them alive. Now, they don't necessarily scale that well against Lurkers, but look, like he's making sure to keep them at like pretty high health and everything too. Like, again, I have to commend Razz on his PvZ so far. It is looking pretty strong. StRyKeR, of course, deadly in this matchup, though. Comes up here, does a big burrow. Still no detection. So a bit of an issue here. Loses a High Templar. Very painful indeed. Some of his Dragoons taking massive, massive damage. That is an insane size storm. Oh, my God. That was crazy. Anyways, yeah, he is going to be able to continue to push up. Another great size storm. Really punishing him quite a bit on his clumping. Like, StRyKeR's macro is super strong and everything, but some of his attacks, he has been pretty clumped up, and Razz has done a good job punishing that. Now, where is that Robo? Okay, the Robo's done. The Observatory is just now finishing. By the way, this Nexus is done a little bit late on that transfer for sure. You kind of want the probes arriving as it finishes, but that can be hard to time out when you're doing so many other things in the game. In the meantime, that 4th base is up for StRyKeR in the bottom left. Macroing plenty of Hydras out of there. We don't see a Queen's Nest as of yet, and still just on the single Evolution Chamber, so not great upgrades either. He does have +2 attack, which is solid, though. I'm sure he's working on that +1 carapace at this point. Good spread here. And I wonder what Razz wants. Like, does Razz want... Okay, let's zoom out a little bit, right? Retro is kind of a funny map. Okay, well, now we see exactly what he wants, but it gets scouted, so he's not going to have it. But, you know, here you could go for a 4-base layout as Razz, taking this as your 4th and utilizing the small choke. You could try to break out through here. Like, this is a choke, but it's a big choke. So that's what he's going to do right now as he gets caught trying to expand to the top left. Gonna run in on top of everything. His Zealots are being evaporated now, but they tank good damage and deal some good damage here as well. The Psy Storm's non-existent, unfortunately, during this fight. And as he loses that army, so too, I believe he will lose this game. That's unfortunate to lose basically his whole army. And you can see that the pathing here is terrible. Like, killing the gateway, I think, is worthwhile. Unfortunately, though, already has taken massive damage to his army. And generally, when you lose that first big Protoss army, once there's, like, Hydra Lurker out in the map, normally you don't come back from that. It's just too hard to remake the Protoss army. You can't, you know, you need to hit critical mass and kind of keep it alive, which he did for most of the game. And then that one engagement kind of going wrong for him. And as StRyKeR takes the front here, these littler groups of units, I don't know what you're supposed to do with them. It's like a bunch of damaged Zealots and a couple Dragoons. That can't do much. The push continuing to come in. There's no splash damage, no Psy Storms in here to speak of a single Photon Cannon. Well, I guess he has a second back here, but you're being pushed in completely. And even if you hold here, there's nothing up here except for 4 Photon Cannons, so that can't possibly hold as well. He is, you know, cutting off some of the reinforcements, which maybe sometimes can buy you additional time to get a bigger army out. But I think this game is just about over. We should be seeing GG momentarily. Yeah, the push in, finishing him off. GG. And StRyKeR beats Razz in the first game. All right. So we are going into our second game here. It's going to be Boa in the top left. Boa, I think, generally has been the strongest player overall in the North American Pro League. It's probably him or StRyKeR that so far has the overall best record. I didn't actually keep complete track of it. But Boa's been a killer. His opponent in the bottom right. Hawk, who always doing very well also. These three, absolutely three of the very strongest North American players. So I think that this is an excellent, excellent match. Hard to say which way it'll go. I do favor Hawk slightly here. I feel like Boa is better at the other matchups than he is at this one. And not that he plays this matchup poorly, but occasionally I'll see, you know, like an attack that maybe wasn't quite optimal or something, right? Like just attacking uphill and losing like a gigantic lead that he had, that type of thing. Whereas I don't see that as often from him in the other matchups. So either way, Boa right now looks like he is going to go ahead and jump down here, make a gateway. Normally when you see that type of probe action where they go out, make the pylon go back, that is almost always going to be a gateway into a scout. And there it is. And going to send that scout across. Meanwhile, across the map, we have Hawk going for an overpool. So Overlord into spawning pool. You know, this is kind of like a somewhat defensive opener. This is one of the older openers that I feel like this was actually the standard in Zerg vs. Protoss for a very long time. Not as popular nowadays. Nowadays, I think hatchery first is actually the most common that we see at high levels. But certainly overpool is still very playable. I think especially probably good if you think that there's any cheese that could be afoot. Now the probe getting down here, we'll get to see the timings of everything. And, well, yeah, let's see how this one goes for him. As far as blocking that hatchery, doesn't quite work out. Hawk did have the additional drone here ready to make a hatchery at his third base location if Boa had gotten that block off, but that wasn't going to be. And, well, I mean, from here, it's kind of a question of how many Zealots does Boa want to make before expanding, right? And I feel like most of the time against builds like this, I see 2, maximum 3 before the Nexus. This looks like 2 into Nexus, if I'm not mistaken, right? We have 11, 15, 16. Yeah. So, yeah, it should be 2 into... Yeah, and I think he just started another one, too, as you see that supply pop up, if I'm not mistaken again. But anyways, the Zergling's going across the map. Boa going to be putting on a little bit of pressure here with his Zealot and Probe. The Probe actually helps a lot in these situations. 2 Probe hits and 2 Zealot hits kills the drone. And 2 Zealot hits and 1 Probe hit kills the Zergling, right? So this is like giving the Zealot +1 attack is basically what it is. See? Otherwise, that takes 3 hits. See? Dude, he's getting way more damage than normal with that. That was actually really, really reasonably good. Over here, the Zergling's not getting too much done. Boa's defense very much on point. So Hawk should be slightly frustrated, I guess, with this. Certainly, as far as these openers go, I do prefer where Boa is at in this game. Nexus coming up. A couple probes are not mining just to make sure that he can shore up his defenses, not allow a run by. Don't forget there are double ramps here. So that's something that can be annoying. I've seen a few different ways that people have dealt with it. I really have liked some of the like double cannon plays. Oh, we got mini on our hands here. Look at this stuff. So cybernetics core, no forge as of yet. He's saying screw it, I'm not going forge. We're being super mega giga greedy. And it's working very well because these slow Zerglings are absolutely not getting in for Hawk right now. Do you continue to make Zerglings just because you don't see a forge? I don't think so. And in fact, he has his layer on the way. So not even a Hydralisk bust coming. Cannons not required. The Zergling's going to try to run around from Hawk. Now Boa may end up reading this. He actually can walk back and block both locations very easily with the 5 Zealots he has. Whereas if all these Lings run up into the main base, that could spell some disaster for Boa. By the way, speaking of this, a cannon doesn't fit there, so this is actually not the greatest building placement. If a Hydra Bust did come, this would be problematic, but we don't see that here. Now, the Zergling's just waiting. Okay, he actually finally moves into position. What I think is happening is he was waiting for speed. See? He started running up so his speed would finish as his vision came on. So unfortunately for him, he did have a window where he could get in, but he was waiting for that speed upgrade to try to do it, and that doesn't work out. So now Boa is completely defended here. So Forge is spinning. Stargate is being made. +1 seems to be on the way. Looking over at Hawk Space. Spire coming up. And yeah, not a whole lot of anything else. Probably just going to see some macro hatcheries get added on. And we don't know as of yet, does Hawk want to go for like a Mutalisk space play? Does he want to go directly into, after a Scourge, into Hydralisks? It's very hard to say. Hawk, I think, is a pretty full-range player, can do any sort of strategy. Really does keep up on how the pro Koreans are playing as well. That's one thing I've always noticed about Hawk. I feel like he is, out of all the non-Korean Zerg players, I think that he is the quickest to adopt the new strong strategies. It's you know, it's funny because like, you know, I don't know, like my entire job, right? My entire life kind of revolves around StarCraft. And so I'm not surprised when I'm on the cutting edge of knowing all the strats, but then I see someone like Hawk who, you know, also like married with a family, a child, and, you know, has a full-time job and somehow is also on top of everything. It's always surprising to me. It's like, wow, damn, it's like that's some serious dedication, and respect should be given to the very strong non-Korean players who make the time to be this good. So macro hatches have been added on here for Hawk. He has a couple of static Ds in here. Static Ds. Static Ds nuts. Okay, another gateway coming up. I can't help it. I can't help it. I'm completely brainwashed by the chat. Now, the Templar Archive's coming as well. Kind of late on those gateway ads, but I think that's fine here for Boa. Boa has an absolutely absurd amount of Zealots for being made off one gateway. It's like he never, ever, ever stopped making Zealots. Look at that. Seriously, he lost one earlier as well. So that is a serious amount of gateway units considering it was one gateway. All right, so Corsairs pulled back, just kind of sitting very defensively right now. Lot of Scourge. I think we are, like, see the 3 gas? I think we are going to see, look at the amount of Scourge he's making. It's actually kind of silly. I think we're going to see a ton of mutas pop out as well. Like, that's got to be it. Look at his gas. 800 gas? Dude, he's going mass muta here with Scourge. And he's going to try, basically what he's going for, if you guys remember this kind of meme, Ogre Zerg Gamer, where it's like the Zerg doesn't care that you have a ton of anti-air. They just make, like, a ton of mutas and a million Scourge, and they just fly into your base like they're an ogre. They're like, I don't care about the Corsairs. And they try to kill them all with just infinity Scourge. So that's what we're going to see here from Hawk, almost certainly, right? There's 6. There's 12. So he's got 18 Scourge already and still a lot of gas left. Look at this. Spore coming up. Maybe another Sunken Colony here as well. The Zealots are coming across the map. So what is going to happen here is a big engagement. He wants to defend these with static D from this base. Yeah, and from this base, in fact. Dude, he's really waiting. He's really waiting to show what he's doing here. I think Boa's got a good read, though. Look, an additional cannon, really important. 2 High Templars chilling. I think he knows. Yeah, he knows. He knows. Like, when you run up there at this point in the game and you see that much static D and not one Hydra shoots at anything, I mean, that has to be mutas, right? It has to be mutas. And look, he's still making Corsairs. Yeah, I think Boa has read this situation very, very well. We still don't see a single muta, by the way. He's got 1,000 gas. Well, this is a funny thing about Zerg. If you continue to macro, like somewhat macro, spend some of your larva, you can actually bank more because you can make more units all at once, right? Like right now he's just spending on Zerglings, which is fine. And what he can do is just wait for 1,200 minerals or 1,400 minerals or how much gas he has and make all the Mutalisks at once. It's not like you have Stargates and you have to consistently make. That's a funny thing about Zerg macro, is that it doesn't reward... I mean, it doesn't penalize missed macro cycles like the other 2 races do. It penalizes other things for sure, but this is like a funny thing you can do with Zerg. By the way, Hawk taking this bottom left, it's funny because it's been kind of an inactive game, right? Like we had a little bit of scuffling at the beginning, a little bit of Lings trying to poke, and then that was it. But as of right now, we haven't had any real damage on either side. Now, the Corsair count is pretty crazy. We're at 11 Corsair, no, 9 Corsairs. Good static D everywhere still. +1 Zealots still. No idea about this base. So this could turn out to be something really good for Hawk. If Boa doesn't figure that out. Boa starts taking an additional base. I love that he won't attack. I kind of love that about what Boa's doing right now. The fact that he is refusing completely to attack. And look, the fact that Hawk is refusing completely to make Mutalisks. He's still got 1,400 gas. And in fact, he's going into Hydras. You know, I think, and look at this, he went fast +1 carapace as well to counteract the +1 attack on the Zealots. Because now that he has +1 carapace, the Zealots no longer 2-hit Zerglings, and no one gets fast +1 carapace. So suddenly his Zerglings are really good. Dude, this is some really crazy, awesome play from Hawk. Like, I am a huge fan of the way he's playing this. He hasn't made the mutas, so they haven't been a waste. He didn't feel like he could do anything with them, and now he can just put that money elsewhere. Whereas if Boa had ever committed into him, if he had ever lost Corsairs, Hawk could have sprouted 12 mutas in the blink of an eye and maybe gone across the map and won the game. Instead, he's really turtled up. He's got really interesting upgrades at 1-1 for Zerglings. He hit a base that just hasn't been scouted. Tons of static D going up there. You know, if Boa's full army shows up here suddenly, this base will still die. But I like the concept. I think this is a very cool game, which normally I wouldn't say about a PvZ where no one has attacked each other for 12.5 minutes. But there's been so much back and forth strategically, and I feel like they have actually both read each other basically perfectly. The only thing that's really been missed is this bottom left base. He's going to figure it out now as his Corsairs fly over. Now, here comes Boa's army. We're finally going to have an attack in this game. Gets in on top of those Zerglings. This is a lot of static D. My God. With Lurkers mixed in here as well, These Zealots taking massive, massive damage. Some Storms going down to eliminate basically everything in there, which was a single Lurker. Spreading out a few more Lurkers. Zergling's coming up for the battle. He does have Hive, but it doesn't look like Adrenal is done yet. These are still non-Adrenal Zerglings. When they get Adrenal, they'll start to destroy absolutely everything. 1-1 upgrades against 1-1. That actually benefits the Zergling more than the Protoss, just by the way. Zergling upgrades scale better than Protoss upgrades. Everything scales better than Protoss upgrades because shields suck. But yeah, that's a fact. Anyways, it looks like he just kind of holds it. Now, Boa backs up. He did lose a big chunk of his army, but you know what? He's got 3 healthy bases. It doesn't feel like he's in bad shape despite losing a big chunk of his army there. I like that he has the double forge spinning. He's adding more gates, more Archons in there. I think he's realizing that this is a more Zergling-heavy composition. The Corsairs fly in and actually start to fight a little bit. And they kill most of the Scourge. So now he's saying, you know what? Yeah, there's double Spore, but let's go ahead and try to supply block you here. So Boa's Corsairs... Holy shit, he found the Mother Lode. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Wait, was this good or bad? Only 3 Corsairs remain. Honestly, he did, like, reasonably well. I am a little bit surprised, by the way he was playing. Because, like, I was like, he's going to go Mutas at some point. But he never got his Flyer carapace. So maybe that... I think it still was the plan, was to go Mutas if the Corsairs got caught. Or if there was a huge commitment of an attack from Boa. I do think he would have gone for those. But it is interesting to me that he never went for the +1 Flyer carapace. Because normally, if you have any idea about going Mutas, that's something you're going to want to get. All right, a lot of Zerglings out on the map. 2-2 upgrades. Holy crap. Only 1-1 still here for Hawk. You know, honestly, the +2 armor doesn't change math for +1 Zealots at all. But definitely that +2 attack does. Makes them kill a lot quicker. Adrenal upgrade is done, so the Zergling is going to get more and more efficient against everything in this game. Hawk taking a 5th base location here. Boa just going to go in and try to steamroll that over. Dude, Hawk's bottom left base, I think, is so powerful here. Like, just kind of looking at this position. But Boa has taken his 4th. Now, is this going to turn into, like, a real Hive game? Because I know we have Hive, right? Hawk's using the Hive right now, though, for Adrenal and 3-3. But we do finally see some Defilers joining the battle. Okay, so that's what I was kind of wondering about, because that's a true Hive game, is when you start to see... the Defilers coming out everywhere, throwing down plagues. You know, if there's a lot of Dragoons, you can utilize the Dark Swarm. Another base getting taken. Hawk definitely going to have to think about maybe killing that and maybe securing this base as his next base. A lot of Lurkers up here. Lurkerling, of course, a deadly composition. So hard for Protoss to do anything against. Comes up here with a group of Zealots. Okay. Reavers added in. I love to see the Reavers here. Reaver's going to be absolutely key in these types of situations once Defilers get out. I really feel like anytime someone's not going for them, they're really pigeonholing themselves into finishing the game quickly. Ooh, very good Psy Storms on those Lurkers. Quite a few taken out. Hawk going to get out of here. Top right is destroyed. Little counterattack coming up. This is only Photon Cannon, so a single Dark Swarm will kill this base. Well, he does have Reavers, Zealots, and High Templars, so maybe he can get down before that Nexus gets powered down. Yeah, he loses all the Zerglings really quickly. If he hadn't done that, I feel like he could have Dark Swarmed here and just right-clicked on the Nexus. But I think he should be able to save everything. Brings back the Reavers, has some Psy Storm, has those Zealots as well. And yeah, with the Storms going down, should be able to clean this up. Looks like there's no actual mobile detection here. Here it comes. A couple observers flying down to give him that vision that he so desperately needs to clear these Lurkers. All right, going to go ahead, clear this out. A lot of Zerglings kind of waiting maybe for a counterattack here. Wouldn't mind some drops, honestly, coming up. That could be really, really strong. 2-3 upgrades here for Zerglings already. +1 ranged attack there on the Hydralisks. Storm's being cast. Kind of a funny plague right there. Gets a bunch of his own Zerglings as well. The Reaver's in here. Can't do too much. Just going to go ahead and plague what he can. Misses the shuttle, so that was a good dodge there from Boa. Hawk pulling back into a more defensive spot. This base definitely killable. Nothing there as far as defense goes. 5 lurkers running down very quickly, but yeah, this army absolutely can slay those 5 lurkers very, very easily indeed. Doesn't have the plus damage yet, 2 lurkers. I would like to see that, though, honestly. If you have that +1, it does bring the lurkers down to like 1 health, which is kind of neat. So yeah, everything Hawk has kind of being eaten alive over here, but I don't feel like he's dead, right? Like this feels really wasteful, all these lurkers running down and just burrowing over and over, because they are expensive and he's really not killing much. But there we go. We get a nice plague off. Very decent plague upon those Reavers. He is going to end up killing this hatchery, but look at this. Hawk has taken another base. Single Defiler, the scariest thing in the whole world, defending it. You know, doesn't really have anything in his main. But still, you know, this base in the bottom left has fed him so much. He has so much more than I feel like he should have, considering the way the game has gone. You know, obviously, if he doesn't get that base when he did, this would be a very, very tough one, getting a 4th base and holding it at this point. Wonder if we'll see Boa try to break that at some point as well. All right, picking off. Ooh, these are good pickoffs. The shuttle and the observer, those would be 2 great things to get. Look at the amount of splash damage he has here. He has almost nothing to fight. The 1 Archon. Templar is moving forward. He does have a side storm, doesn't utilize it. Okay, throws down some storms, but going to end up losing everything here. Everything. So that's a bit unfortunate. That was like 6 High Templars, Archon, shuttle, 2 observers, and a Reaver. And all of it gets taken out for very little at the end there. So nice and efficient there for a Hawk after all the cost inefficiencies. Few Zots hitting into this 5th base location. Plagues his own hatchery, unfortunately. I'm thinking right now about plaguing your own hatchery and the argument that I would see, like, you know, Zerg apologists are like, oh, plague isn't good. It's AoE. It's really hard to aim. Sometimes you hit your own stuff. It's like, oh my God, get out of here. All right, so Boa coming in, very strong force. A lot of High Templars, a lot of Zealots in there. And the lurkers, it feels like Hawk doesn't have a good centralized defensive location. Okay, here's what I want to throw out here. Now, I haven't seen a ton of Protoss vs. Zerg games on Invader, and especially not ones that have gone this long into the game. But I'm actually kind of getting the feeling that this might be a powerful area to hold, right? Lurker defenses on areas like that are really strong, and I feel like if you held this, you get this, so you're on 4 base easy. And then this base, like, you can kill the second Protoss isn't in position here, right? I don't know. I feel like this might be what you want to do, is defend right here. And if not here, maybe this very turtle setup he has into defending here, but that's kind of thin, right? Like, I guess you could go 2 lurkers thick everywhere. But it's like, Psystorms kind of blanket that easily. Anyways, just some ideas about maybe a better place to set up, because what we've seen throughout this game is Hawk trying to relocate his lurkers and taking tons of damage while he does that. As you can see, the lurkers run down, they try to burrow, he's trying to defend, and it's just not really working out for him. Boa killing this base once again. Hawk still has some stuff. He's starting to get a little bit low. Still has that base mining reasonably well. Don't forget, he did deny this base that Boa was trying to take. But Boa has 2 pretty healthy bases left against Hawks. Well, kind of 1 pretty healthy base, then 2 that are about to mine out. And he actually still has some in there, but that's not very much. Those are all like 50 minerals. So, yeah, not that impactful. The Reavers as well as High Templars doing pretty darn well right now as far as that cost efficiency goes. Just having that super late game unit set can be pretty tough to deal with. Looks like he's going to try to get a cancel there. Does get that cancel. Gets the drone as well, so can't even really run away. Did get that plus 25 damage, by the way. Love to see that upgrade. Very powerful upgrade in every matchup at this point. Was really underutilized for many, many years in Brood War. And a nice Plague goes down, gets up here, does bust through most of this army. A 2 health Reaver just barely making it out alive. More Reavers being loaded up. Yeah, Hawk really needs to secure another base. Yeah, not too hard to kill that one off. Does get the double shuttle as well. Little group of Zealots and Archons going to fight pretty well here. Just the army is getting really small, and this is not really enough Lurkers to turn the tide of this battle, I think. It's got to get really good shots on those Zealots to weaken them. Does have those 3-3 upgrades and 2-3 upgrades. Really absurdly good upgrades on both sides. 3-3, no plasma. 3-3 and +2 on ranged attack for Hawk. Don't see that every day. Keeps his observers alive, though. Very nice. The Lurker defense going to be pretty strong. Notice we haven't had any Dragoons for a while. You know, they're so bad once you get Defilers out. He's trying to utilize these Reavers instead, which obviously are going to do a lot better in these situations. But Plagues are very good against Reavers. See, all that's going to be like a couple hits from death very shortly here. Comes in, brings his Zealots in front. Another huge Plague goes down. Good size Storms, trying to consume more, maybe for another Plague here. Oh god, getting in on top of that Lurker, killing just about everything. Boa pushing through. This is getting very bad for Hawk now. I do feel like Hawk is on the verge of losing this game. He really hasn't been able to secure this base for more than a few seconds, it seems. And Boa just consistently hammering it over and over again. Honestly, I think Hawk is just about dead here. Like, does he have enough to actually clean this up, to actually defend? Another Storm goes down on that Lurker. Hawk, he has a lot of gas, but not the minerals he really needs. Honestly, if he could just pump mass anything like Zerglings, like, you'd be surprised how well 3-3 Cracklings do against literally everything in the game. Like, watch. Well, you're about to see it. You're about to see it. But the thing is, he doesn't have much economy to continually make this. If he had another base fully mining right now, he could flood so many Cracklings, he would break just about everything. Like, they are actually, like, 3-3 Zerglings are the most insane thing that there is. The amount of damage they deal so quickly, right? Like, their +1 attack is plus 20% attack damage. Like, who thought that was a good idea? And then you give them Adrenal, which I believe Adrenal, if I'm not mistaken, it's like plus 20% attack speed. It's pretty wild. Now, taking a look at Boa, he's gotten this top right base down. He's got double Reaver here. He's got a High Templar or two, a bunch of cannons, so that's going to be really hard to hold on. Now, he does finally make this move that we were talking about earlier. He's trying to spread so Storms won't stop him, but you can see how quickly upgraded Cracklings can kill a base. It's literally seconds, and they can kill a Nexus. And, you know, we used to see in the old days a lot drops the mains, and I've actually seen Jaedong doing that a little bit again. But if you can drop something like these in the main base, they'll actually kill all the buildings in, like, literally, again, seconds. The speed with which they deal damage, especially the things without armor upgrades, is absurd. Like, look how quickly they actually beat Archons. Like, I'm not even joking. Now, if you get mass Archons, then it starts to turn around a little bit, right? Some good Storms going off. Boa being as annoying as he possibly can. He's up about twice as much supply right now as Hawk is. Hawk does finish up that +3 ranged attack upgrade. Plagues on the Archons just make them look cooler. It's like, wow, you did 7 damage to it. That's amazing. So 1 Zergling attack is better than a Plague on an Archon. All right. Boa getting ready to try to break Hawk here once again. Hawk's he's in a tough spot. Looks like he did try to hit up here, but yeah, I mean, there was so much splash damage. We already talked about that, right? Looks like he just had a group of lings that got killed off. All right, trying to dive in to get these Reavers. Now, that is the one thing, right? If you have an army that looks like this, like you have Zealots in there to tank a little bit, Archons to help deal damage to the Zerglings that get up, a Psystorm if too much comes, this gets so cost efficient that nothing really ends up fighting against it overly well. Now, gets an insanely good Plague down. Storms, my God. You know, there are 2 observers here, so he can eliminate these lurkers. I feel like the lurkers might be like the last chance if he can get rid of that detection, but those are going to be taken out as well. Hawk rallying down anything that he can make at this point. The Archons are getting very low. The drones being absolutely destroyed. Almost no mineral patches remain. And that's going to be a GG. Boa takes down Hawk. Here we go.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Good to go, sir. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. SCP good to go, sir. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. SCP good to go, sir. I read you. SCP good to go, sir. Affirmative. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. SCP good to go, sir. SCP good to go, sir. Additional supply depots required. Job's finished. Yes, sir? Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. SCP good to go, sir. I read you. Not enough minerals. SCP good to go, sir. I read you. Orders, Captain. Orders, Captain. SCP good to go, sir. Yes, sir. Job's finished. Reporting for duty. Orders, Captain. SCP good to go, sir. Roger that. Job's finished. I read you. Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty. SCP good to go, sir. Roger that. Affirmative. Report for duty. Affirmative. Orders, Captain. Piece of me, boy. I read you. Report for duty. Orders, Captain. I read you. Orders, Captain. Orders, Captain. Roger that. Jacked up and good to go. Job finished. Orders, Captain. SCP good to go, sir. Somebody shoot. Outstanding. Orders, Captain. Reporting for duty. Right away, sir. I read you. Right away, sir. I read you. Affirmative. Roger that. Right away, sir. Yes, sir. Orders received. Jacked up and good to go. Go, go, go. Your forces are under attack. Orders received. SCP good to go, sir. Affirmative. Orders received.
Always cross spawn Nexus first. It's sick.
Right away, sir. Not enough minerals. Right away, sir. Affirmative. Roger that. Orders, Captain. Orders,
Not
Captain.
enough minerals.
Affirmative. Orders received. Yes, sir. Roger that. Orders, Captain. Yes, sir. Reporting for duty. Affirmative. Reporting for duty. Yes, sir. Orders received. Orders, Captain.
Your forces are under attack.
Bring it on. Give me something to shoot. Reporting for duty. Yes, sir. Orders, Captain. I read you. Affirmative. Roger that. Jacked up and good to go. Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty. Finished. Yes, sir. Roger that. What are you on? Yes, sir. Orders, Captain.
Add-on complete. Not enough
Yes,
minerals.
sir. Sir. SCP good to go, sir. Affirmative. Right away, sir. Orders received. Orders,
Not
Captain.
enough minerals.
Reporting for duty. Yes, sir. Jacked up and good to go. SCP good to go, sir. What are you on? Orders received. I read you. Yes, sir. Orders received. All right. Bring it
Your
on.
forces are under
Orders,
attack.
Captain. Job finished. SCP good to go, sir. Something on your mind? No problem. Orders, Captain? Yes, sir. Job finished. SCP good to go, sir. Yes, sir. Orders
Not
received.
enough minerals.
Good to go.
Not enough minerals.
SCP good to go, sir. Roger that. Yeah.
Research complete.
No problem. SCP good to go, sir. I read you, sir. Orders, Captain? SCP good to go, sir. Something on your mind? Yeah, I'm going. SCP good to go, sir. I read you. Affirmative. Yeah, I dig. SCP good to go, sir. Right away, sir. Roger that. Orders received. Something on your
Additional
mind?
supply depots
No problem.
required.
Oh, is that it? Orders, Captain. SCP good to go, sir. Orders, Captain.
Not enough minerals.
I read you, sir. Yeah? Oh, is that it? SCP good to go, sir. No problem. Yeah? I read you, sir. No problem. Yes, sir?
Your forces are under attack.
I read you, good to go, sir. Something on your mind? I can't build it.
Oh,
Something's in the way. Job finished. Reporting for duty.
Not
Roger
enough
that.
minerals.
Bring it
Upgrade
on.
complete.
Oh, SCP job go, sir.
Your forces are
I
under
read you,
attack.
sir. I read you, sir. Yes, sir. SCP good to go, sir.
Minerals.
Orders, Captain? Yes, sir. I read you. Orders, Captain? Reporting for duty. Job's finished.
Not enough
Yes, sir.
minerals.
Identify
What are you on?
Ready to roll out.
SCP good to go, sir. Oh, is that it?
Add-on
Yes, sir.
complete.
Yeah, I dig. Reporting for duty.
Destination.
Job what are you on? SCP good to go, sir.
Insufficient phosphate
Yes,
gas.
sir. Orders, Captain? I read you. Something on your mind?
Destination.
Oh, is that it? No problem. Reporting for duty. Yeah?
Research complete.
Yes, sir. Move it.
Something on your mind?
Can I take your order?
Yeah?
Go ahead, HQ. Buckle up. Strap yourself in, boys.
Job finished.
Add-on
Reporting for
complete.
duty.
Add-on complete.
I'm listening. Buckle up. Input coordinates.
All right.
I'm
Bring it on.
listening. Input coordinates.
What are you on? Go, sir. Oh, is that it?
Input coordinates.
Yeah? Something on your mind? Yes, sir.
Your forces are
Reporting
under
for duty.
attack.
Orders, Captain. Something on your mind? Job finished.
Strap yourself in, boys. In the 5. Hang on. Ready for the job.
Reporting for duty.
Identify
Your
target.
forces are under attack.
Identify target. Eliminated.
Insufficient
Sir.
phosphate
Orders
gas.
received.
Proceeding.
SCP good to go, sir. Is that it?
Identify target.
Your forces are under attack.
Affirmative.
Ready to roll out.
Roger that. Good to go, sir.
Input coordinates.
Absolutely.
Your forces are under attack.
Yes, sir. Roger that. Field there.
Destination, identify target. Destination, identify target. Destination, moving.
I read you. I'm finished. Orders, Captain.
I'm listening. Go ahead, HQ. I'm listening.
Yeah,
SCV good to go, sir.
I dig.
Your forces are under attack.
Identify target.
SCV good to go, sir. Roger that.
Destination,
SCV good to
moving.
go, sir. Yes, sir. I can't build there. I'm finished.
Your
Destination.
forces are under attack.
Go ahead, HQ.
Something on your mind?
I'm listening.
What do you want?
Orders, Captain.
Input coordinates. Destination. Strap yourself
What do
in,
you
boys.
want?
Yes, sir.
Not enough minerals.
Something on your mind?
Yes, sir. Reporting for duty. Orders, Captain. SCV good to
Something
go,
on your
sir.
mind?
Right away,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. I'm
Absolutely.
finished. Orders, Captain.
I'm listening. I got
Orders,
that.
Captain.
What do you want?
SCV good to go, sir. Right away, sir. Yes, sir.
Orders,
Yes,
all
sir.
right. Bring it on.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
Ready to roll out.
Destination.
Something on your mind?
Destination.
Identify target. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Orders received. I can't build there.
Destination. Hang on. We're in for some chops.
Upgrade complete.
I'm
Orders,
listening.
sir.
In transit,
Add-on
HQ.
complete.
Hang on. We're in for some chops. In transit, HQ. Hang on. We're in for
Your
some chops.
forces are under
Buckle
attack.
up. Go ahead, HQ.
All right. Bring it on.
Input
Ready to
coordinates.
roll
In
out.
transit, HQ.
I read you, sir.
Input coordinates.
Destination, proceeding.
Orders, Captain. Reporting for duty.
I'm listening.
What do you want?
Destination. Go ahead, HQ.
Add-on complete.
I read you, sir.
Reporting for duty. Build there.
Input coordinates. Buckle up. Go ahead, HQ. Buckle up.
Ready to
Strap
roll
yourself
out.
in, boys.
Yeah. Oh, is that it?
Destination. In
Job
555.
I read you, sir. Something on your mind? Yeah. What do you want?
Job finished. Orders, Captain.
Something on your mind? Yeah, I'm going. I read you, sir.
Base is under attack.
Orders, Captain.
Destination, absolutely. Orders, sir. Delighted to, sir. What do you want? Identify
Your
target.
forces are
Something on
under
your
attack.
mind?
Yes, sir.
Orders,
Something
sir.
on your mind?
Yes, sir.
Destination.
Destination. All right, bring it on.
Additional supply depots required.
Reporting for duty.
Go ahead, TACOM.
Reporting for duty. Finished. Affirmative.
Channel open. Go ahead, TACOM. Target designated.
Reporting for duty.
Destination.
Additional
Identify
supply
target.
depots required.
Identify target. Orders, sir. Destination. Something on your mind?
Go ahead, TACOM.
Orders, sir. Something on your mind?
Go
Ready
ahead,
to roll out.
Orders, Captain. Orders received.
What do you want?
Yes, sir.
Orders, sir.
I read you.
Something on your mind? Yes,
Channel
sir.
open.
What do you want?
Base is under
Go ahead,
attack.
TACOM.
Destination. Yes,
Channel
sir.
open.
Job can't build it.
Something on your
System
mind?
functional.
What do you
Reporting
want?
for duty. Build there. Yes, sir. Orders, Captain. I
Your
read you.
forces are under
I
attack.
read you, sir. Something on your mind?
Channel open.
I dig. Yeah?
Convoy
Yes, sir.
online.
Identify target. Something on your mind? Orders, sir.
Convoy online.
I read you, sir.
Go ahead, TACOM.
What do you want?
Reporting for duty.
Ready to roll out.
Orders, Captain. I read you.
Yeah?
Job finished.
Yeah, I'm
Job
going.
finished.
All right.
are under attack.
Something on your mind? No problem.
Your forces are under attack.
Destination? Proceed on. Identify target. Bring it on. I dig. What do you
Not
want?
enough minerals.
Ready to roll out.
Buckle up.
Yeah. No problem. Ready to roll out. No problem. Orders, sir.
Yes, sir. I can't feel
All right. Bring it on. Oh, is that it? Yeah. I read you, sir. No problem. Oh, is that it? No
Your forces
problem.
are under attack.
Destination?
Strap yourself
Yes,
in.
all right. Ready to roll out. Identify target. Ready to
Add-on
roll
complete.
out.
Input coordinates.
Identify target.
Buckle up.
Yes, sir. Moving. All right. Bring it on. Identify target. Moving.
Go ahead, HQ. Buckle up. In transit,
Something on
HQ.
your mind? Yes, sir. Move it. Absolutely.
Go ahead.
I read you, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Ready to roll out.
Reporting for duty.
I read you, sir.
Reporting for duty.
Yeah. Orders, sir. Absolutely.
Go ahead, HQ.
What do you want? Identify target.
Online.
Destination.
Reporting for duty.
Something on
Your
your mind?
forces are under
I
attack.
read you. Identify target. Identify target. Absolutely.
Go ahead, HQ.
What do you want? Yes, sir. Identify target.
Add-on complete.
I read you,
Reporting for
sir.
duty on deck.
What do you want? Ready to roll out.
Job orders, Captain.
Yeah. I read you,
Goliath
sir.
online. Systems functional.
Additional supply depots required.
I read you,
Go ahead,
sir.
TACOM.
I read you, sir. Yes, sir. Proceeding.
Comlink online.
Job
I
finished.
dig.
I read you. Affirmative. Right away, sir. Affirmative.
All right. Bring it on. I dig.
Job finished.
Goliath
Additional
online.
supply depots are under
Identify
attack.
target. No problem.
Confirmed.
Special tactic recall.
What do you want?
Additional supply depots required.
Identify target. Identify target.
Your forces are under attack.
Destination.
I read you. Reporting for duty.
What do you want?
Not enough energy. Your forces are under attack.
What do you want?
Orders received.
What do you want? Identify target.
Base is under attack.
Read you. Destination.
Not enough
What do
minerals.
you want? Yeah.
Go ahead, TACOM.
Destination.
Systems
Absolutely.
functional.
Base is under attack.
Right away, sir.
I'm listening. In
SCP good
transit,
to go,
HQ.
sir.
I read you, sir.
Goliath online.
Add-on complete.
Bring it
Your
on.
forces are under attack.
For duty.
I read you,
Systems
sir.
functional.
Destination on your mind.
Orders received.
What do you want? Identify target. Yes, sir. Orders, sir. Proceeding.
Goliath online.
Yes, sir.
Your forces are under
Orders,
attack.
sir.
Destination.
Right. Bring
SCP
it
good to
on.
go, sir.
What do you want? Sir. No
Goliath
problem.
online.
Yeah. Explorer reporting. Orders, sir.
Job finished.
I read you,
Job
sir.
finished.
Not enough minerals.
All right. Bring it on. Ready to roll out. What do you want?
Greetings, reporting for duty.
Affirmative, sir.
SCP good to go, sir.
Something on your mind?
SCP good to go,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Destination? Receiving headquarters. No problem. Receiving headquarters.
Affirmative.
Ready to roll out, sir. Orders, sir. Something on your mind? Yes, sir.
Your
Orders,
forces
sir.
are under attack.
Oh, is that it?
Goliath online.
Orders, Captain.
Something on your mind? Ready to roll out. No problem. I dig. Greetings,
I'm listening. Destination.
Job finished.
I
Something
got
on
you
your
down.
mind?
Greetings, Command.
Your forces are under attack.
Something on your mind? What do you want?
Your
Orders,
forces
sir.
are under attack.
Is that it? Let's roll. No problem.
Your forces are under attack.
What do you
Not
want?
enough minerals.
Affirmative, sir. All right, bring it on. Oh, is that it? Something on your mind? Identify targets. Ready to roll out. Orders. Ready to roll out. Yeah. We have you on visual. Identify target. Identify target. Something on your mind? Orders. All right. Bring it on.
I read you.
What do you want?
Identify
Identify targets.
Right away,
Orders, sir. Yes, sir. Greetings, command. Yes, sir. Command. Yeah. We have you on visual.
Good to go, sir.
Let's roll. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Orders. Ready to roll out. Yes, sir. Move it. Destination, move it.
Good to go, sir.
Identify target. Yeah, I'm going. Yes, sir. Destination, identify target. Receiving headquarters. Identify target.
Not
What
enough
do you
energy.
identify target?
Your forces are under attack.
Absolutely. Sir.
Upgrade
Absolutely.
complete.
On your mind. Orders, sir. Destination. Yeah. Destination. Yeah. Orders, sir. Delighted to, sir. Something on your mind. Sir. Delighted to, sir. Yeah. I read you, sir.
Your forces are under attack.
No problem. Identify target. What do you want? Delighted to, sir. I dig. Identify target. Yeah. Identify target. Receiving headquarters. Yeah. Yeah. Identify target. I read you. Yeah. I read you. Identify target. Receiving headquarters.
Not enough energy.
I did. Sir. I did.
Good to go, sir.
Your forces are under attack.
Yeah. I read you. Delighted to, sir. What do you want? I dig. Yeah. Destination.
Good to go, sir.
Goliath online.
Identify target. What do you want? Yes, sir. Destination. No problem. Transmit orders. Orders, sir. Yes, sir. Excellent. I read you, sir. Excellent. Destination.
Goliath online.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Destination. Move it.
Yes, sir.
Delighted to,
Calling
sir.
online.
Proceeding.
Go ahead, TACOM.
Orders, sir.
Systems functional.
Identify target.
Good to go, sir.
Not enough energy.
All right. Bring it on.
Your forces are under attack.
What do you want? No problem.
Not enough
Good to go,
minerals.
sir.
Go ahead,
Ready to
TACOM.
roll out.
Your
Report for
forces
duty.
are under
Right
attack.
away, sir. Orders received.
All right. Bring it on. Destination. Yeah. Oh, is that Explorer reporting? Yes, sir.
Not enough energy.
I read you. Orders, sir. Absolutely. Receiving headquarters. What do you want?
Not enough energy.
I read you, sir. All right, bring it on. I dig. Ready to roll out. Absolutely. All right, bring it on. Identify target. Yeah. Destination. Proceed.
I read you.
I read you, sir. Orders, sir. I read you, sir. Oh, is that it? Yes, sir.
I read you.
Destination. Something on your mind? I dig. No problem.
Your forces are under
We have
attack.
you on visual. Let's roll.
Can I take
Destination.
I read you.
Let's roll. Something on your mind? Orders, sir. Identify target. We have you on visual. Yeah. Orders, sir.
Not enough energy.
Delighted to, sir.
Not enough energy. depots required.
Job finished. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. SCV good to go, sir. Orders, Captain?
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Yes, sir. Roger that. Affirmative. Roger that. Orders, Captain? Roger that. Orders received. I read you. SCV good to go, sir. Job finished. Reporting for duty. Orders, Captain? Roger that. I read you. Affirmative. Roger that. Right away, sir. Job finished. Orders, Captain? Yes, sir. Affirmative. I read you. Reporting for duty. I read you. Yes, sir. I read you. Want a piece of me, boy?
Insufficient
Report for
phosphate
duty.
gas.
Roger that.
Not enough minerals.
Affirmative.
Not enough minerals.
I read you. Right away, sir.
Not enough
Affirmative.
minerals.
Commander,
Yes, sir.
jacked up
Not
and good
enough
to go.
minerals.
Give me something to shoot.
Orders, Captain?
Give me something to shoot. Rocket.
Additional supply depots required.
Let's move.
Reporting for duty. Roger that.
Jacked up and good
Yes,
to go.
sir. Roger that.
Want a piece of me, boy?
Additional supply depots required.
Reporting for duty.
Jacked up and good to go.
Orders, Captain?
Jacked up and good to go.
Reporting for duty. Yes, sir.
Standing by.
Reporting for duty. I read you. Roger that. Reporting for duty. Yes, sir.
Want a piece of me, boy? Jacked up and good to go. Let's move. Let's move.
I read you.
Give me something to
I'm
shoot.
good to go, sir. Right away, sir. Orders received.
Standing by.
Reporting for duty.
Standing by.
I read you.
Commander. Standing by. Outstanding.
Orders, Captain? Orders, Captain?
All right, bring it on.
You want a piece of me, boy?
SCV good to go,
Additional
sir.
supply depots required.
No problem. Oh, is that it?
Orders, Captain?
Standing by.
Yeah, I'm going. Oh, is that it? Yeah, I'm going. I dig. Yeah, I'm going. No problem. Something on your mind?
Add-on complete.
Reporting for duty.
What do you
Yes,
want?
sir. Yes, sir.
You want
What
a
do
piece
you
of me,
want?
boy?
No problem.
Give me something to shoot.
Yeah, I'm
SCV good to
going.
go, sir.
I dig.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Yeah? No problem.
I read
What do
you.
you want?
Yes, sir.
Not enough
SCV good to go,
minerals.
sir.
I read you, sir.
Reporting for
Your
duty.
forces are under
Yeah.
attack.
I read you.
Something on your mind?
Jacked up and good to go.
Yeah?
Jacked up and good to go.
Reporting for
Not
duty.
enough minerals.
SCV good to go,
Not
sir.
enough minerals.
I read you.
I read you, sir. What do you want?
Reporting for duty.
Yeah? Oh, is that it?
SCV good to go,
I
sir.
dig.
Orders, Captain?
What do you want?
Research complete.
I dig. Yeah, I'm going. No problem.
SCV good to go, sir. Affirmative.
Jacked up and good to go.
What do you want? I'm ready to roll out.
Additional supply depots required. Not enough minerals.
Yes,
Not
sir.
enough minerals.
Jacked up and good to go.
Destination, identify target. Yeah?
SCV good to go, sir. Yes, sir. Orders received.
Yes, sir. What do you want? Oh, is that it? Yeah? Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, I'm
SCV
going.
good to go, sir.
Something on your mind?
Reporting for duty. Orders, Captain? Reporting for duty. Right away, sir. Roger that. Job's finished. I read you. Orders, Captain?
Yeah?
Yes,
Not
sir.
enough minerals.
SCV good to go,
Not
sir.
enough
Sir,
minerals.
delighted to, sir.
Not enough minerals.
SCV good to go, sir. Yes, sir. Orders, Captain? Right away, sir. Affirmative.
Yeah?
SCV good to
Ready
go,
to
sir.
roll out. Something
Not
on your
enough
mind?
minerals.
SCV good to go,
No
sir.
problem.
Not enough
Identify
minerals.
target.
Report for duty. Affirmative. SCV good to go, sir.
Commander.
Destination.
Not enough minerals.
SCV good to go, sir. Report for duty. Orders, Captain. I can't film in the way. I read you. SCV good to go, sir.
Identify target.
Your forces are under
Job
attack.
finished. SCV good to go, sir.
Something on your
Minerals.
mind? Destination. Proceeding.
Jacked up and good to
All
go.
right. Bring it on. Yeah, I'm
Job
going.
finished.
Gotta
Your
reach this.
forces are
SCV
under
good to go,
attack.
sir.
Oh, is that it?
Report for duty.
Not enough minerals.
I read you.
Not enough minerals.
Report for duty. Job finished, sir. SCV good to go, sir.
Orders, sir.
Orders, Captain. Report for duty. Orders, Captain.
Not enough minerals.
Report for duty.
Bring it on.
Not enough
Roger
minerals.
that. SCV good to go, sir.
Destination.
Additional
Yes,
supply
sir.
depots required.
Job finished.
No problem. Ready to
Job
roll out.
finished.
Orders, sir. Absolutely. I reach you, sir.
Research complete.
Destination.
I read you. Report for duty.
Yeah? Something on your mind? I
SCV
did.
good to go, sir. Roger that.
I
Job
reach you,
finished.
sir. Yeah, I'm going.
Yes, sir. Orders received.
All right. Bring it
SCV
on.
good to go, sir.
I dig. Something on your mind? Yes, sir. Delighted to, sir. Ready to roll out.
Orders, Captain. Report for duty.
Yeah? Yes,
Job
sir.
finished.
Absolutely.
SCV good to go, sir. Can't build it. Orders in the way. I read you. Job finished.
Goliath
SCV good to go, sir.
Channel
Yes,
open.
sir.
Yes,
Delighted
sir.
to, sir.
Roger that. I read you.
Go ahead, Town.
Orders, sir.
Yes, sir.
Destination.
I read you.
Yeah? What do you want?
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Orders received. Job finished. Yes, sir. I can't build it. SCV good to go, sir.
Ready to roll out. Destination. Delighted to, sir.
Job finished. Report for duty. Yes, sir. Orders received.
Destination. Identify target.
Yes, sir.
Upgrade
Orders
complete.
received.
Yeah? Yeah, I'm going.
Job finished.
What do you want?
I read you.
Add-on complete. Add-on complete.
Job finished.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yes, sir. Orders, Captain.
Add-on complete.
Yeah?
Job
No
finished.
problem. I dig. Ready to roll out. Yeah, I'm going.
Yes, sir.
Your forces are under attack.
Identify target, sir.
SCV good to go, sir. Job finished.
Yes, sir. All right. Identify target. Yes, sir. Orders, sir. Orders, sir.
SCV good to go, sir.
Yeah, I'm going. Yes, sir.
Report for duty.
Yes, sir. Orders, sir. Identify target, sir. Something on your mind? I dig.
SCV good to go, sir.
Ready to roll
Report
out.
for duty.
What do you want? What do you want? I dig. What do you
Your forces are under attack.
Sir, what do you want? All right, bring it on.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead,
Your
TACOM.
forces are under
Yeah?
attack.
Something on your mind? Ready to roll out.
Go ahead, TACOM.
Reporting for duty.
I read you, sir. Yeah? I read you, sir. What do you want?
Go ahead, TACOM.
Yes, sir.
Yeah? I dig.
Add-on complete.
What do you want? I read you, sir. I dig. Yeah, I'm going. Yeah?
Job finished.
Yeah, I'm going. Ready to roll out. Oh, is that it?
Your forces are under
What
attack.
do you want? I read you, sir. I dig. Yeah? Yeah, I'm going. I dig. Yeah? Oh, is that it? No problem.
Orders, Captain.
Something on your
Go
mind?
ahead, TACOM.
What do you want? Yes, sir. Something on your
Sir.
mind? No problem. Yes, sir. Proceeding. Ready to roll out.
Calling online.
Destination. Proceeding. Yes, sir. Orders, sir. Orders, sir. Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead, TACOM.
Identify target on your mind. Something on your mind. What do you want?
Calling
What do you
online.
want? I dig.
Job finished.
Oh, is that it? Explorer, no problem. Oh, is that it? Destination.
Your forces are under
Something on your
attack.
mind. Destination. Ready to roll out.
Orders, Captain. Yes, sir.
What do you
Upgrade
want?
complete.
I dig.
Calling online.
Yes, sir. Orders, destination. I read you, sir. Yes, sir. What do you want?
Calling online.
What do you want?
Systems
Something on your mind? Yeah?
Assist you.
All right. Bring it on.
Your forces are under attack.
Identify target. Something on your mind?
Something in the way.
Ready to roll out. All right. Bring it on. Yes, sir. Orders, sir. Transmit orders. Orders, sir. Identify target. Yes, sir. Destination.
Systems functional.
Destination. Orders, sir. What do you want? All right. Bring it on. Oh,
I read
is
you
that it?
still there. Job finished. Yes, sir. I read you.
Mining sequence interrupted.
I can't feel it. I read you.
Ready to roll out. I read you, sir. Yeah? Yeah, I'm going. Orders, sir.
Go ahead,
All
TACOM.
right. Bring it on. Identify target. All right. Bring it on.
Reporting for duty. Roger that.
Identify target.
Orders, Captain.
Receiving. Yes, sir. Something on your mind?
Job finished.
Receiving, sir. What do you want? Oh, is that it? I dig. Greetings. Something on your mind? Yes, sir. Delighted to, sir.
Your forces are under attack. Additional supply depots required.
Yes, sir. Identify target.
We have you on visual. Let's roll.
Yes, sir. Reporting for duty.
Additional supply depots required.
Excellent. All right.
Bring it on. Yes, sir. Identify target.
Receiving headquarters.
Identify target. Orders, sir. Something on your mind? Ready to roll out.
Commencing.
What do you want? I read you, sir. Oh,
We have you on visual.
destination?
Your forces are under attack. Upgrade complete.
Identify target. Delighted to, sir.
Your forces are under attack.
All right, bring it on. Yes, sir.
Reporting for duty.
Something on your mind? Orders, sir. Something on your mind?
Headquarters.
Yeah, I'm going. Yes, sir.
Receiving headquarters. Affirmative, sir. Commencing.
Yes, sir. Bring it on, sir.
Orders, Captain.
Orders, sir. Yeah. Identify target.
Your forces are under attack.
Delighted to, sir. Ready to roll out. Orders, sir. Orders, sir. Yeah. I dig. Yes, sir. Orders, sir.
Reporting for duty. Right away, sir.
Yeah. I dig. Identify
We have
target.
you on visual.
Yes, sir. Destination.
All
right. Bring it on. To, sir. I read you, sir. Orders, sir. Ready to roll out. What do you want? Orders, sir. Move Something on your mind? Orders, sir. Something on your mind? What do you want? Sir. Absolutely. What do you want? Orders, sir. Proceeding. Something on your mind? Yeah, I'm going. Identify target. What do you want? Oh, is that it? Quiet online. Something on your mind? Ready to roll out. Bring it on. Oh, is that it? Something on your mind?
Your
Ready
forces
to
are
roll
under attack.
out. Oh, is that it? Identify target. Identify Something target. On your mind?
Yes, sir. I can't feel there. Orders, Captain.
Destination? I read you, sir. Quiet. Identify target. Yes, sir. Proceed. What do you want? Yes, sir. What do you want? Oh, is that it? Yes, sir. No problem. Ready to
Your
roll
forces
out.
are under attack. Not enough
Destination?
minerals.
I read you, sir. Oh, ready to roll out. Absolutely.
Upgrade complete.
Identify target. Delighted to, sir. Yes, sir. Identify target.
We have you on visual.
Orders, sir. Delighted to, sir.
Your forces are under attack.
All right, bring it on. Destination. Something on your mind. Identify target. What do you want? Destination. On your mind. Identify target. Orders, sir. Destination.
Reporting for duty. Reporting
Your
for
What do
duty.
you
forces are
want?
under
Orders,
attack.
sir. Something on your mind,
Have you
sir.
on visual.
Something on your mind. Destination.
Go ahead, HQ. In
Something
the
on your mind?
555.
Something on your mind. Identify target. What do you want?
We have you on visual.
Something on your mind. Destination. Ready to roll out.
Buckle up.
All right, bring it on. No problem. Moving.
Your forces are under
No
attack.
problem. Moving, sir. Absolutely, sir. Delighted to, sir. What do you want? I
forces are under attack.
Transmit
Yes,
orders.
sir.
Orders, Captain? Affirmative. Yes, sir?
Yes,
Report
sir.
for duty.
I read you, sir. No problem.
Transmit
Orders, sir. Delighted to, sir.
Greetings,
Yes,
Orders, sir.
Orders, Captain? Affirmative.
What do you want?
Orders received.
I read
Orders,
you,
sir.
Your
sir.
forces are
Orders,
under
sir.
attack.
Job finished.
What do you want? Orders,
Greetings,
sir.
Command.
Yes, it's on your mind. Moving. Proceeding. Delighted to, sir.
Base is under attack.
I dig. Delighted to, sir. Is that it?
Your forces are under attack.
Go ahead, HQ. In the 555.
Headquarters. Excellent.
Yeah?
Affirmative,
I
sir.
read
Your
you.
forces are under
Report
attack.
for duty. Orders
What do
received.
you want? Destination?
Complete.
Yeah, I'm going.
Not enough
No,
minerals.
identify target.
Affirmative, sir. Receiving
Destination? I read you, sir. Orders,
Your
sir.
forces are
What
under
do you
attack.
want?
Report for duty.
I read you, sir. Yeah? Yes, sir.
anyone visual?
I read
Yes,
you, sir. Delighted to, sir.
Transmit
Yeah?
orders.
Not enough minerals.
Yeah?
Your forces are under attack.
Yes, sir.
Job finished.
Going. I did, sir.
Visual. Receiving headquarters. We have you on visual.
Your forces are under attack.
Destination? No problem. Orders, sir. What do you want?
Visual.
What do you want?
Receiving
Identify target.
headquarters.
Yeah? Destination? Identify target. Moving.
Have
Your
you on
forces
visual.
are under attack.
Bring it on. Orders, sir. Destination? Something on your mind?
Have you on visual.
Orders,
Receiving
sir.
headquarters.
Destination? Absolutely. Bring it on. Orders, sir.
Excellent.
Destination? Destination? Identify target.
Have you on visual.
Identify target, sir. Orders, sir.
Your forces are under attack.
Orders, sir.
Receiving headquarters.
Yes, sir.
Have you on visual. Commencing.
Destination? Proceed.
Your forces are
Yes,
under
sir.
attack.
Orders, sir. Yeah?
I read you.
Something on your mind? Absolutely. No problem. Yeah, I'm going. Ready to roll
Your
out.
forces are
Receiving
under attack.
headquarters.
What do you want? Identify target. What do you want? Orders, sir. No problem.
Yes, sir? Affirmative.
Yeah? Identify target.
I
Your
read you.
forces are under attack. Not enough minerals.
Ready to go, sir. Yes, sir?
Something on your
Job
mind?
finished.
Moving. No problem.
Your forces are under attack.
Destination? All right. Bring it on. Destination? Sir. Destination? Yes, sir. Destination?
Your
Something on
forces
your
are under
mind?
attack.
SCV good to go, sir.
Something on your mind?
Go ahead, HQ. In transit, HQ.
Identify target. Proceed. Bring it on.
Good to go, sir.
Yeah? What do you want? I read you.
Good to go, sir.
Complete.
Oh, is that it? Oh, is that it?
SCV good to go, sir.
Yeah, I'm going. Ready to roll out. Yeah?
SCV good to
Your
go,
forces
sir.
are under attack.
Sir. Oh, is that it?
Yes, sir?
Not enough
Yes,
minerals.
sir? Job
What do
finished.
you want? I dig.
Upgrade complete.
What do you want? Oh, is that it? Orders, sir. Orders, sir. Identify target. Proceed.
Go ahead, HQ. Buckle up. In the
Your forces are under
555.
attack.
Move it. I read you, sir. Yeah? Yeah? Ready to roll out.
Good to go, sir.
I read you, sir.
5, 5 by
Something on your
5.
mind? What do you want?
Explorer reporting.
Not enough minerals.
Receiving
SCV good to go, sir.
Your forces
Something
are
on
under
your
attack.
mind?
Report for duty. Orders received. Affirmative.
Something on your mind? What do you want? I dig. Yeah? All right. Bring it on.
Your forces are under
Something
attack.
on your mind? Moving.
Systems functional.
Identify target, sir. Something on your mind? Identify target. Ready to roll out. Something on your mind?
Report for duty.
I dig.
Your forces are under
All
attack.
right. Bring it on. Orders, sir. Proceed. Sir. I dig.
Report for duty.
I read you, sir. Yeah. I read you,
Your
sir.
forces are under
Orders, sir.
attack.
Absolutely. Destination, absolutely.
Systems functional.
Your forces are under attack.
Right away, sir.
Something on your mind? Excellent. I'm going. Excellent. No problem. Oh, is that it? Yeah, I'm going.
Your forces are under
I
attack.
read you, sir. Something on your mind? I dig.
Affirmative, sir.
Base is under attack.
Commencing. Excellent. Moving. Orders, sir. Something on your
Your
mind?
forces are under attack. Not enough minerals.
I read you.
I read you.
Oh, is that it?
Base is under attack.
Proceed.
Go ahead, TACOM.
Oh, is that it? Sir. No problem.
Base is
I
under
dig.
attack.
Destination. Moving. Delighted to, sir.
Base is under attack.
Proceeding. Yeah, I'm going. No problem. Orders, sir. Let's roll.
Your
Commencing.
forces are under attack.